All right, good afternoon. Meteorologist Jim Castillo here. 49. Wanted to start out with that daily almanac. 49 is the average high and 32 the average low. And do you know that we're not going to be anywhere near those numbers over the next several days and not even above 49 in the 10-day forecast? So something we are talking about and how early this cold blast has moved in. And even record snowfall. We had record snowfall on Saturday of 6.4 inches. And then yesterday we had 3.8, and all of that stuck. And that was the big issue yesterday, as we all know, because that colder air is with us. So 3.8 inches, the most we've ever seen on any December 1st. Since records have started here in St. Louis. And so over the next 7 days, any more snow chances? Well, we do have another Arctic front coming in late Wednesday, and that's going to bring in some bitterly cold air. It may squeeze out a few snow showers late Wednesday night and into the overnight hours, maybe a dusting for some. And then we get into Thursday's high about 22. And even the wind chill in the morning on Thursday, likely right at about 0. So that's a big issue. We're going to turn Thursday red simply because of the cold and also that dusting of snow maybe before the morning commute. As we get into Friday and Saturday, above freezing temperatures, which is good. But our headlines, that Arctic air continues and well below average temperatures. Another cold blast as we get into that Arctic front late Wednesday, and that's at about 7 p.m. is the current thinking of the passage of that front. And then flurries, maybe a couple snow showers and a possible dusting for some as we get into late tomorrow night into the overnight hours. Right now, though, look at the snow on the ground. The 4064 looks great. Side roads, watch out for any refreezing. If we get any melting today, we'll get some refreezing again tonight. And be careful on those sidewalks because they are slick. All right, so a satellite radar shot. We're just hoping for a little bit of clearing today. Let me zoom in a little bit more to see if any of us are seeing clearing. Well, there's Phelps County, here's Gasconade, and there is Pike County, not really seeing any clearing. Later today, that's still a possibility. We're at 25 now, 30 though in Columbia, and Kansas City 33. So above freezing temperatures to our west. We'll get into this milder air, not really thinking that we're going to hit 40s. But definitely 39, possibly 40 as we get into tomorrow. And then that front, the Arctic blast comes through here in the evening hours. Then back behind that is when we see a little bit of moisture, not a lot, but just a little bit squeezed out of the atmosphere. You might get a couple flurries in here, maybe a quick dusting of snow. Here's 9:15 p.m. tomorrow night. Again, very limited moisture, but it's there, and it might pass through the metro as we get into the very bewitching hours, the very early hours, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning before sunrise on Thursday. So the wind chill Thursday morning for the kiddos walking to the bus stop near 0. So that's a very dangerous cold coming in. Futurecast snow totals, not a lot, but again, it's showing up that some of us may see a quick dusting in here. And then we get into the next few hours, just a flurry or two, some clearing expected. We're in the 20s. And then lows tonight, 21 in St. Louis, 19 in Alton, 24 in Sullivan. Very cold tonight, even though we're seeing a south wind picking up at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then tomorrow, still with the south wind, and we may get closer to 40 before that next front comes in here, and will turn out partly sunny to mostly cloudy as we get into later in the day. So drought monitor still showing up as dry to most areas are dry to moderate, but even part of our viewing area is still in that severe drought area. So 7-day forecast, let's go through this. 28 degrees for today, 39 tomorrow, watching for possible flurries late tomorrow night and overnight hours. And then Thursday, high of only 22, that wind chill in the morning near 0. And then above freezing Friday, Saturday, but the overnight lows drop below freezing and refreeze, and we'll see some more icy patches. All right, so that 7-day forecast will continue to go through that. So temperatures below freezing for a good part of the day today and tonight. And then tomorrow a little bit above freezing, 39 for that high. as that next Arctic front comes in on Wednesday, so late Wednesday, probably the evening hours. There's limited moisture with it, but a couple flurries, maybe a snow shower, maybe a quick dusting during the overnight hours. Then on Thursday, 22 for that high, but those morning lows in the teens, and then the wind chill. The wind's up just a little bit, probably gusts to 20, bringing the wind chill down to near zero. Friday, 38, and partly cloudy, 39 on Saturday, mostly cloudy. Then Sunday, there's a small chance of a winter mix, 35. And as we get into next Monday, 35, here's that 10-day forecast, still below average temperatures. Even that 45 next Wednesday is below average. So just a little bit. And these overnight lows are also below average, but the coldest day out of the next 10 will be Thursday. So at least we're not going to see another Arctic blast like that towards the end of the 10-day forecast, but it gets a little bit milder. Tuesday's high next Tuesday, 41. Next Wednesday, 45. And next Thursday at about 40.